Good evening one and all. I'm Dr. Gaurish Kumar. I'm here with a new video about osteosarcoma. So guys, osteosarcoma is a primary malignant bone tumor that arises from the undifferentiated connective tissue forming the neoplastic osteoid. It's the second most common primary malignant bone tumor. It occurs between the age group of 10 to 25 years of age. However, it can also present as bimodal age presentation. It is most common in males with male is to female ratio of 2:1. There are 5 types of osteosarcoma. The first one is central osteosarcoma, which mainly involves the intramedullary portions of the bone. Then we have multicentric osteosarcoma, which has multiple independent sites of occurrence of the lesion. Then we have parosteal osteosarcoma, where the tumor is situated on the surface of the bone or juxtacortical surface of the bone. Then we have secondary osteosarcoma, where the tumor is nothing but a secondary malignant degeneration of various other diseases like Paget's disease and fibrous dysplasia. There can be extraosseous osteosarcoma, where the tumor is arising from the surrounding soft tissue components. What we're going to focus here mainly is about central osteosarcoma, which is the most common presentation. So guys, painful swelling of the limb is the most common symptom in case of osteosarcoma. The lesion most commonly involves the metaphysis of the bone. Of all the bones, it most commonly involves the distal femur, followed by proximal tibia, followed by proximal humerus. However, 3.5 to 7% of these cases can still occur within the spine. Elevated serum alkaline phosphatase is the most consistent laboratory finding in case of osteosarcoma. Pathologically, it can have 3 different patterns. 50% of these lesions present as sclerotic lesions, 25% of these lesions are purely lytic lesions, whereas 25% of the lesions can have both sclerosis as well as lysis, presenting as mixed lesions. However, they can also bring about hematogenous spread to the lung as cannonball metastasis. This is an image representation how a lytic pattern, sclerotic pattern as well as a mixed pattern of osteosarcoma looks like. Here we see that there is very irregular radiolucent areas within the proximal humerus. This is the lytic pattern of destructions. Here we see that there is an irregular radiodense areas involving the proximal humerus. This is the sclerotic pattern of destruction. And here in this case, we see that the metaphysis of humerus is involved with mixed areas of radiodensity and radiolucency. This represents the lytic and sclerotic areas of the bone. Main radiological features are: the patient with osteosarcoma can present with permeative or ivory medullary lesions involving the metaphysis of the long tubular bones. The most important thing that you have to remember in case of osteosarcoma is a sunburst or a sun ray pattern of periosteal response, which is highly specific for osteosarcoma. It is nothing but an highly irregular spiculated radiating periosteal new bone formation surrounding the area of lesion. Codman's reactive triangle. It is nothing but elevated periosteum in the upper and the lower margins of the lesion. The patient can also have cortical disruption with associated soft tissue component adjacent to the tumor. The lesion can have roughened irregular peripheral edges, which is called as cumulus cloud appearance on an X-ray. So here is a image representation of osteosarcoma. Here we see that the distal metaphysis and the diaphysis of the femur is irregularly radiodense and sclerotic. Surrounding these areas, we see that there is irregular radiating spiculated sunburst pattern of periosteal reaction. This is called as sun ray or malignant spiculated periosteal response. Here we see that there is mixed radiodense as well as radiolytic lesions involving the proximal tibia, predominantly involving the metaphysis and the diaphysis areas of the proximal tibia. And surrounding it, we see that the periosteum is elevated as seen or shown by the arrows. This is Codman's reactive triangle surrounding the cortex. So here we see that there is diffuse sclerotic osteosarcoma involving the ilium and the acetabulum region of the pelvic bone. The lesion is having a lobulated irregular margins, which is representative of cumulus cloud appearance of the lesion. Parosteal osteosarcoma. It is another type where the lesion is situated on the surface of the bone. There are two important signs. There is one important sign which you have to remember with respect to parosteal osteosarcoma. Here we see that there is a large homogeneous radiopaque juxtacortical mass in the proximal metaphysis area of the humerus, and this lesion is separated from the cortex of the bone by a small cleft. This cleft is called the cleavage plane or a string sign, which is a very important sign seen in parosteal osteosarcoma specifically. Here this cleft is going to extend up to the stalk of the tumor. So here is where the lesion is appearing or arising from the bone, and this part of it is separated from the bone. This is called as a string sign. Treatment and prognosis. 20% of the patients show a 5-year survival rate. However, when it comes to treatment, en bloc resection of less aggressive tumors can be done, whereas it has high chances of recurrence. Intensive chemotherapy has been seen promising with 80% survival rate. Amputations has offered the best treatment when the lesion is surgically accessible. So I hope this video has helped you all guys. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe.